I love bacon. Oh my gosh, I love bacon so much. Sean and I bought basically the ingredients to make a Club Lulu unwich from Jimmy John's, except he put cheese in it instead of tomato. I ain't mad. So fucking good. So fucking good. I'm such a classy lady. It is all organic though. So that's how I roll. Let me just throw this bad boy. Huh. Oh my gosh, queen. I don't know how you could eat things like cheese or bacon or drink wine or eat chocolate and then not believe in God. Because, girl, there is a God. He is alive. Because, boy, was that delicious. I am painted up like a whore. I realized that. We just got back from the Demi Lovato concert. Loved it. I love concerts. They're fucking awesome. They're just so much fun. I just had such a great time. I really wanted to jump on here. I just really want to jump on here real quick. Lib, we both know they're not going to be. I wanted to jump on here for a really long time and talk about today. Today I made public rather, my first actual video. And what I mean when I say that was I shared with you my video and I cannot tell you how nervous I was to share that. Because y'all saw me in a state that a lot of people, that people have never seen me in. You know, Sean, sure. You know, Sean has, of course, but and maybe one or two friends, but really not that many people. And that's not because of other people. I don't keep that stuff to myself because of my friends necessarily. It's that weird, I don't want people to ever feel uncomfortable because I'm depressed. And so that's why I kind of keep it to myself. But Sean and I previewed that video last night before I made it public because I wanted to just make sure there was nothing, you know, I wanted to take out or that I missed. But I was so nervous to share that video. And Sean and I watched it. And he did not say a lot during the video. And he did not say a lot after the video. I had actually shared it with both him and my mom. And I'm just making an assumption as far as what my mom thinks. For all I know, she hated it. But I would imagine she was probably feeling the same way about it that Sean was. And it's, you know, it's a two-part thing. For one thing, I'm his wife, he loves me, and, you know, to see me hurting and upset, you know, that sucks, because I'd feel that way if the roles were reversed. And two, you worry, you know, are people gonna watch that and think, wow, his wife's unhappy, or, excuse me, what's he doing wrong, or this bitch is crazy, run. But I told him last night, I said, there's just something in my gut that is telling me to post this video and make it my first one, because I understand that someone like Sean, who doesn't deal with depression and anxiety personally, why it is hard to understand. But I told him, I said, if one person feels my message and gets it and feels like they're not by themselves and they're not alone, I'll be happy. And I am so overwhelmed with the feedback I've gotten. It's all been positive, which, to be fair, I get it, because the people watching the videos are my friends, and, you know, you gotta have some balls if you're gonna, like, you know, comment on that, be like, wow, Liv, you fucking suck, or whatever. But I told him, I said, if one person watches it and they feel like they can relate to me and I can relate to them, I will be happy. And I've gotten so much positive feedback. My cup runneth over. So I'm just so very happy. I feel just so good. And I was thinking about this today. I told this to Sean last night. I'm a Christian. I was raised going to church every Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night. I've not gone to church in the recent years, and, you know, I don't want to get into all that and, like, be depressing. Okay, that's a load of horse shit, Lib. I don't want to be depressing, really. I should say I don't want to make people feel guilty. Because the very simple truth of why I haven't gone to church in a while is simply put, when my parents got divorced, it made going to church awkward sometimes. And it's a very small community. A lot of people knew who my parents were. I don't ever want my parents to feel guilty about that because it's not their fault. For as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a relatable Christian. Because when you tell people that you're a Christian, it can be, especially in this political climate, if I told you I was a Christian, you would probably assume I voted for Trump. You would probably assume that I am all about the Second Amendment. You would probably assume that I am against gay marriage, that I'm pro-life. And the reason why I call out those things is because those are things right now that are big. And honestly, I feel like they've been a big thing for as long as I can remember, you know, back in high school. I remember, you know, gay marriage being a topic in politics, and pro-choice, pro-life, and all of that. And I'm not trying to go political with this, but I'm just saying that that's a misconception, you know? I didn't vote for Trump. That's a misconception. So that's my point is, if I say to you I'm a Christian, you might be like, oh, okay, so we can't be friends. And you're probably wrong. We probably have a lot more in common than you think. And with that I say, I want to be a relatable person with a mental health issue. I find pride that people look at me and go like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you had depression. I didn't know you had anxiety because you seem happy. And the thing is it's because I am happy. You know, anxiety is not sitting in the corner rocking back and forth like humming. Depression isn't lying in bed and crying. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. I want to be a different face. Like I said, we went to the Demi Lovato concert tonight, and she talked about mental health at her concert. And she talked about how she's bipolar. And I knew that about her because I did watch her, like there's like a documentary on YouTube. And so I knew that about her. But I think about when celebrities come out with, I'm bipolar. And that's such like a, what? And I think the reason why is because celebrities are so unrelatable. They're famous, they're rich, they're beautiful, they have mansions and nice cars. And so I love when they come out and say those things, because it's like, wait a minute, we're kind of the same. On a much smaller stage, because obviously I know I'm not Demi Lovato, but I want to be that feeling for people. I want to be the, wow, someone like Libby, she goes through what I go through and she's happy. I don't know, I hope I'm making sense. As much of a struggle and a burden that my anxiety and depression can be, I am so grateful that I have it. Because it makes me special and it makes me strong. I have said this to friends struggling with the same thing. We have to remind ourselves that the fact that we deal with anxiety and depression, and think of it this way. You know when you're ever in a room or in a car or whatever and you hear like a hum and all of a sudden you don't notice it, and then all of a sudden you're like, where the fuck is that noise coming from? And then it's all you notice. And it's not like it's hurting you, it's not like it's piercing, it's just there and it's present and you're aware of it and it's annoying and it's kind of getting in between your concentration and your focus and what you're trying to accomplish. That's what anxiety is for me a lot of days. And I say anxiety because usually my anxiety is my more prominent disease that I deal with. And so there are days where it's just kind of a steady hum and it's like a chronic pain. There are days where it's a, you know, stab in the back, bloody mess. But not every day is like that. And so I'm grateful for it though, because I am a very strong person. You deal with something on a daily basis you deal with something on a daily basis that a lot of people don't even understand. And I'm so grateful to be in the club. And that probably seems so weird, but I am, because I'm so strong. And I truly believe, I have a tattoo on my inner biceps, where biceps should be. It says, the will of God will not take you where the grace of God will not protect you. And it's basically, you know, if he brings you to it, he'll lead you through it, or God doesn't give you more than you can handle. It's basically a spin on all that. First of all, I don't think God was just up there sprinkling anxiety and depression on us. You know, Libby gets this and this and this. I do totally get, you know, thanks, Mom. I kid, but I know that it's also genetic, and I also think it's probably a factor of my environment and just things that have probably happened to me and shit like that. But my point is that I do truly think that I live with this disease because I'm capable of handling it. And you know, sometimes that can be it's a very nice thought, but it can also be very exclusive. Because it would be very easy for someone like Sean to be like, okay, Libby, so what you're saying is God doesn't think I'm strong enough to handle anxiety and depression? You don't think I'm strong enough to handle this? Not at all. Shit. Sorry. I am not a lovey-dovey sappy person. So I'm trying to just, give me a second. The world needs people like me. The world needs people like me to help bring a face and a voice to anxiety and depression. And holy shit, Libby, get us together. I need people like Sean. Sean is I am like trying so hard. Sean is my grace of God that gets me through stuff. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that if you're watching this and you don't have anxiety and depression, and maybe I'm totally delusional when I say this, because maybe you're like, Libby, I'm not jealous. I want to be in the club. So if you're watching this and you don't deal with anxiety and depression, and so you're just kind of like, okay, Libby, so you clearly don't think, you think that because I don't have it, it's because I'm not strong enough and I'm less than special. You're someone's grace. You're someone's thing that gets them through. Shit. I did not expect this to happen. So I guess this video is dedicated, if we're dedicating things. I just came to a concert and, you know, she kept dedicating songs. If I'm dedicating this video to anybody, it's to the people out there who don't have anxiety and depression. Because you're sitting here and you're watching this, and maybe you can't relate. And I'm not saying you can't relate to any of it, but you know, I'm talking about something you don't experience. And yet you're sitting here and you're watching and you're learning, and maybe this is helping you communicate with someone you care about who deals with it. And that makes me happy. That makes me so happy. I think I'm gonna stop because I'm scared of what's gonna come out of my eyes if I don't. feeling so happy and optimistic right now, and you know that feeling of it's too good to be true, you know, and that's usually something that happens when I just got a bonus, a raise, or a job I needed, or I just got accepted to the college I wanted to go to, or won in the lottery, or my dream vacation, or whatever. And it's like, it's too good to be true. For me, this feeling, being just happy and content, I feel is too good to be true. And it's that simple. Being happy sometimes feels like it's too good to be true. I look forward to every day. I look forward to sharing more with everybody. What I'm about to say, I'm really not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm trying to... I know it won't last. Because whether you have anxiety, depression, or not, happiness, you're not happy all the time. So I'm not oblivious to that. But I'm also not taking it for granted. I'm very happy right now. So I'm gonna stop because I still have a lettuce wrap right there and I can smell the bacon. And I'm gonna wash my face and relax, but I just wanted to share with everybody how I'm feeling, and that feeling of, besides happiness, that feeling is loved, and it's really just because of you. So thank you. I can feel it's gonna happen again, so I'm gonna stop. So I hope you're having a great day, or night, or week, or month. Thank you for watching. I can never say that enough. Thank you.